Welcome back. This video will explain how to work with the Forms slider panel. You probably already know that you can work with forms by clicking on the Forms button, choosing the desired category, and then clicking on a form itself. But what you may not know is that you can also do all of that a little bit quicker. Now, what I want to do is look at the name of the form that I'm interested in. In this case, it's registration information, but you can't quite see the whole thing. So you may actually have to go into Edit Layout mode, click the pencil here, and then I'm going to just copy that layout name. It's very important that we understand the name of the layout, and I can rename that to something else as well if I don't like it. But I do want to copy that so I don't have to type it in later. So I went back into Browse mode. I pressed Control B on my keyboard, by the way. I'm going to go back home and I'm going to set up a form so that I can get to it very easily under this third dot. So this section here allows me to choose any number of different forms. I only have a few right now, but I'm going to click Edit, and then I can put the form anywhere I want. For example, a registration form you may want right at the beginning of your forms, or you may want them all alphabetized. That's up to you. Once I enter the registration information numeral 1, I'm going to click OK. And now I have that available in my drop-down list of choices, just like that. So once I've selected the desired form, I can either preview that form. Let's take a look real quick. And that's how that form is going to look as a registration form. Notice it puts Jennifer's information on the form ahead of time. If I go to a different patient like Lois, then her form actually has a different letterhead because she's assigned to a different office location. And of course, her name and other details are on that form. I'm going to close the form by clicking the X in the upper right-hand corner of that preview. I could also print that specific form. I can email the form just by clicking the button. It pulls up and sends it automatically, in this case, one of my email addresses, and it will send that form as a PDF right to the patient, just like that. And it's a very professional looking, beautiful form that you don't have to pay postage for. If you want to pre-send a HIPAA form or any number of other forms, you'll be able to do that very easily by email, of course, as long as the patient has an email address. I'll go back to Jennifer here. I can preview, print, or email the found set of records. And what that means is if I've isolated, for example, as I showed you in another video, I can isolate all the appointments for tomorrow, let's say. I can omit some individual appointments that I really don't want to send appointment letters or forms to. So I can omit a group, and then I can actually come here to this third dot and print or email the found set of registration forms to all, up here by the pie chart, 10 patients who match that criteria I was interested in. So I can send a form to an individual or to a group by email, or I can print out 10 forms, or I can preview those 10 forms. I can also print a PDF of the form. I can go to the form a little bit faster. Here I am, without having to click, let's do it the slow way, without having to click the Forms button. 1 click, 2 clicks, 3 clicks. Well, it's a little bit faster if you just choose, I guess there's 1 click there, and of course I have to have the form in front of me, but it's a little bit faster here to get to the desired form that way. So you can make this third dot your primary default slider if you want, but generally you're going to want to, if you're using our scheduler, you're going to want to use the visit history or perhaps the audiogram area. But it's not too hard to click that button. You can also fax a form or a report right to the physician from here, or fax that to the patient using faxing software that we'll talk about in another video. So I wanted you to see that you can set up these forms just by scrolling to the bottom, clicking Edit, put in your desired name there, and then that form area becomes available for a very powerful way to communicate with your patients.